Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another dev blog with your host, Deathworm. This is going to be a little bit different from before, since you're going to be looking at some of the stuff in the editor rather than watching me show off a feature in the built-out game. I'm going to be talking a bit about level design. Now, first I'm going to point out is that we don't have a fully dedicated level designer, and while my background at uni was art, I'm not the greatest artist. I much prefer making and getting mechanics work. It's intensely satisfying when you squash a particularly elusive bug and your system works the way you want it to. It's just like, oh. That being said, we still need to create several worlds. For the alpha, we want to have 5 worlds. The tutorial, the main city, prison, and 2 of the outer colonies for players to be able to run around and test everything. So what you are seeing here is the actual editor and me trying to do some sort of practice, and it's going slowly. I've placed down a few models in groups, which we could move around as one unit, and only needing to constantly churn out and make my own random bits and pieces here and there, where we don't have that sort of stuff that we're looking for in the packs we've bought. And this is just to show my process on how generating levels is going. Because I know a few people on the forums are worried that procedurally generated content may create some randomness. And, well, we're not using procedural generation as such. I'm trying to speed up the process to make this as quick as possible. You know, small team, we can't afford the budget that big games have got. So first thing is having a layout of buildings. Now I could white box this by just grabbing some boxes, putting them down, which is sort of what I've done over here for this great big building, and resizing it. As you've seen in previous dev videos, where where the city, that's pretty much just all white boxed. It's just all a bunch of white cubes. But instead, we could do something different. So here we are in Blender, and what's going to happen is going to delete this stuff, and we're going to import a topographical map. Let's go with this one and see what it looks like. Yes, this is the right one. So this we need to expand our view a little bit. Let's do that so that you can see everything. Here we go. So this is a top-down view taken from somewhere. This is actually Hong Kong. This is like the bottom little section of Hong Kong, because that's where the main Earth city is going to be. It's going to be Hong Kong. We're going to do other places, you know, if we're going to do them, like London or somewhere in Japan or something like that. We're just going to be taking some topical areas of those maps. Now, the flat bits, of course, the first thing that needs to happen is they've got to come up. You know, let's go into edit mode, select. Ooh. Yes. Okay, we can deselect those. They're all separate entities. Come on, deselect it. There we go. So it's already got some buildings, some skyscrapers that have been generated for us, which is good. It's just that these small flat bits need to come up. So what we're going to do is we're going to Control J, join all of that into one bit, and then go to edit mode, select everything, and extrude it upwards along the Z-axis like that, and boom, instant city. So looks pretty cool. We got a few bits where it's overlapping, where I've not, like here, where I've not selected everything, but this is just to show what I'm doing. So we've got a whole giant city. Now what we can do next is applying materials. So selecting everything and just giving it a material, whereas I mean, these have got separate materials on them, because you can see that they're different, and UV unwrapping it But this isn't a tutorial. A tutorial? This isn't a tutorial on how to do that. So here's one I made earlier. There we go. So these have been unwrapped, and they've got their materials applied. So some of them, most of them are all the same. Exactly, and you can see it's got lots of lovely tiered, so that when we actually export this and bring it into Blender, it looks a wee something. Well, not bring it from Blender into Unreal. It looks a wee something like this. Nope, nope. Here we go, and boom, great big giant block. So let's oh good. Alright, let's bring this out. So yeah, we got a great big, giant, massive city type area, and I'm just going to move that over like this. Now this is pretty big, because this block in the middle, this is every pixel is a centimeter in terms of space, and this is 100,000. So it's this is a kilometer squared. So this is probably 3-4 kilometers squared worth of random city. The problem is we've got, if we jump in and play, we've got lots of random space, and as you can tell, it takes quite a while to get from place to place, you know, and we'd have to fill up these great. It would take me like 5 minutes to run all the way over there. Luckily, all of the buildings, I've set them up so they've got some collision in them, which is brilliant. Now, to split this little problem, what we're going to do, jump back into Blender, we're just going to go in edit mode, and we're going to select some area. Let's say, ooh, this has got some nice, this looks quite interesting. So we're just going to select that, and that. Yep, and then we're going to go, ooh, hang on. There's something in there. Do I want it? Nah, it's inside, so I don't really want it. Alright, so we're going to go Control I, select the inverse, delete it all. Delete the faces. Brilliant. Left that for some reason. Let's get rid of this. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to select this. Delete vertices. There we go. So select it, and we're just going to move it so that its anchor point is right pretty much near enough in the middle. And then what we do is we go File, Export FBX. We're going to call this City Block C, like that. Z is up, not Y is up, and export. And then we can go here, File, and import this City Block C in here. And boom. Let's open it up. It's, as you can see, it's pretty big. So we're just going to reapply that main material back in, and there we go. It's now got, oh, and it needs some collision as well. And we're going to set to use complex simple, save. And now I can just grab this and plonk it down. And that is this little segment up over here. So now I've actually got some control over setting bits and pieces up. So we're just going to delete the city, and we're going to move you over here. And I already have some other pieces that are already put in. So we're going to take you, and we're going to put you, spin you around, and put you over here. And we're going to take you, and we're going to put you over there. Great. Brilliant. All right. So now we've got like some sort of area. The lighting's not built properly, and now it looks like it's floating off the ground a little bit. But if we actually jump in and play it, here we go. I've now got a little area to run through. With these ones, as opposed to the ones over there, I've added just a segment over here so that the material's different, because the lower bit is not going to have this. Yes, I'm aware it's stretched. It's stretched out. We'll fix that later. But no, this is just very quickly, very easily generated lots and lots of, you know, little The lighting's been a bit on the odd side there. Just created lots of... Oh, the collision's not on with this. But it's created lots of little places. You come up that corridor, come round here, and boom, you get attacked by somebody hiding in some place like this. And I have to block off that bit or make it bigger or something. But yeah, an example of what you can get. Which is, let's just move this out a little bit so I've got a little bit of space. However, all this has done is just quickly put in some building. I'm still stuck with the fact that I have to manually place down some more objects and move them about into here. And we could just select all of these lampposts and put them into a group, but I don't want to do that. So I'm showing this next bit. Let's build the lighting. Let's build the lighting. So yeah. Plopping down random meshes does not sound like a massive amount of fun to me. So what I was doing. However, we've got lots of modular items. We've got various meshes. And at the same time, lots of it's going to just be repeating around. And I'm going to get the engine to do that for me. And I'm going to walk into how I got the engine to do it for me. But basically, that leads me on to the next bit, which is a nice bit of different modular type items. It doesn't. It's just building out the light, then it's making the textures. So the first one was this: a modular floor or roof or wall section. The way it worked was you created a mesh, you selected something. So let's go with wall. Let's go with the wall. Let's go to 4. There we go, something like that. You select the amount of how much it goes in the X. You select how much it goes in the Y, which is going to be like that. And it just generates it for you. You can set the distance to be more. We add more of these. As an example, it just builds it out. Let's change that to 1 and that to 5, and you got the x-axis. The problem with this, though, because we add an x, it adds another wall. The problem with this, though, is it's always going that way. It's always going that way. If I want to change it, I've got to offset it by a number. So say I want this wall piece to be up further, I'd have to put an offset, and it offsets it this way. It's just very... yeah. So, made something a bit different, which I call my procedural city. And it works in the same way. You've got a nice structure here. And the difference being is that rather than using numbers, we're using widgets. So we're just going to select a wall underscore 06 as an example. So there it is. And if I just... and you select the distance is how much between the meshes you want them to be. So I'm just going to put 400 because these are all 400 by 400 by 60. And we select the end piece and we move it across and boom, it moves with the mesh and it's auto calculating all of the distances for me. It took me a while to figure out the math for that. If I, for example, change that, that changes the distance. So they're 500 apart, which means they've got like 100 centimeter gap, not enough that you could fit through. And you've also got the Z. So we've got, for example, Z increase. Oh yeah, you've got to put the Z distance. So how far up it goes. So there we go. So I'm gonna make this into let's say 30, like that. So it's generating me a nice big wall. I'm just gonna push it, move it all out like that. And as usual, we've not got a lot of lag. We've not got a lot of lag. Now I wouldn't want to make a building out of this because each mesh, although it's an instance, it's got lots of segments and you can see how it's building itself up. Whereas this has got a lot less faces to it than generating this. So I don't want to be making buildings out of these. That's just not very smart. But the other thing that I added to this one, which is useful, is dynamically generated lights. Ooh, Invalidating previous lighting, importing build static. Okay, let's just let it do this very quickly. God, it takes a while. I wonder what's going to happen with the stuff I was editing while the lighting was building. Is it going to take into account? Is it going to add random shadows? You just don't know. You just don't know. There we go. Light build complete. Ooh. Overlapping UVs. Overlapping by 1.8%. Please adjust content. Alright. Please don't crash. Please don't have crashed. There we go, and it's built the lighting out for. Actually, that's quite nice. But no, speaking of lighting, I've added the option to create lights. Yay! So you just tick this box, create lights. I mean, these boxes do something. Clear tile. So if I click clear tile, I add to the tile I want. So 1, 2, 3. Say I want to get rid of this one. This is number. This goes 0, 1, 2, 3, and we go 3, and it gets rid of that one for me. And what I could possibly do is once I've got this change tile, I could change it to be something different inside, or I could just create another instance in this array and bring it out. But no, the lighting works in the same way. So the light distance, you set how far the lights you want to be, 400. So there you've got the lights. They're not doing anything at the moment because we need 1, 1, 1, 1, and the alpha. There we go. Now there's also offsetting it as well because we need to bring it up a little bit, and we want to have it out a little bit so it's not behind anything. And we're just going to bring it across by 200. Like thus, so it brings it out and about like that. Let's set this back to 400. So there we go. We've got some lights. Oh yes, and strength. We need to set the strength. So strength we're going to set to, let's say about 5,000. So we got some nice bright lights. And if we actually play, there we go. We got some lighting being applied, and as you can see, it's applying to the character. It's changing. It's changing it, but that's not all. We could. This has been edited as well, because we can change whether it's a point or not a point. Yes. So we're going to set the outer cone. Let's make this to be 40, and we've got to set the rotation because we want this to point. Yeah, like that. Oh Christ. 90. There we go, and we want it to point down like that. And we're also gonna change the color. We're gonna make this a nice greenish color. So if we actually go back and we look at this, what have I done wrong? I'm doing something wrong. Let's set that to nope, 500, 400. Let's say 10,000. There we go. Now it's starting to show. Okay, so now we've got some light. So we could use this for. Got to fix that. So you know, and it applies the light to my character. He gets some nice new dynamic lighting being applied to it. Like we could set it so it turns off the shadows. I mean, something like this could be used for, say, neon signs or these lamp posts. So when we've got like a day-night cycle happening, what happens is that it would be casting to this particular blueprint, and it would be saying, okay, your lights need to be brighter, your lights need to be not as bright. Example. But how do we use this? How would I go about using this? Well, you're going to use this to make a small scene. Oh yeah, and it doesn't have to just be on the floor. We could say, okay, we are going to turn on a level, which is what these are. So I want levels. So I don't want this level, but I want some levels up, and it's just lovely, dynamically generating lots and lots and lots and lots of lights for me. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? And that's just absolutely fantastic. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna What are these? What are these? There we go. Door shop front and shop window side. So we're going to change this to shop. There we go. Shop window side. I made this myself, by the way. Yeah, nice. Yeah. But we're just going to move it. So we move everything over like that. Let's get rid of the Z increase. Let's just have it as nothing. So it's just a zero plane like that. We're going to put it across like this. And we're actually let's bring it all the way out like that. And of course the lights increase along with our z-axis. But not along with our z-axis, along with how far out we're making it go. So it's generating lots of nice, really quick, really fast for me, which is nice. So, but I'm going to change this. What we're going to do is we're going to say put this at 800. And then I'm going to duplicate this piece, and this is going to in fact be the shop window door. So shop front, and if we go here, open it up, here we go, shop underscore front. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move this over like that. Great, awesome. So now we've just got window, door, window, door, window, door, which is fantastic. But we're going to add some more. So let's add something else. Let's add. We're gonna take this. Nope, not that. Yep, that. We'll put that there, and let's put it as a sign. Let's see if we can't find. Let's see, LED shop sign. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to take that LED shop sign. So that's the end point 2, and then there's start point. Can't move it up, so let's just move it up by 400. There we go. And as you can see, it's auto rotating, so it tries and faces to the best of its abilities where we want it to go. So move that back. And move this back, and we're going to set this to be distance for 800. So it's across everything, and we're just going to go like that. And bring it out so it's across all of the shops, like that. And then we're going to add some lights. In fact, I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn off these lights. So turn off those, and turn off these, and we're going to add great lights, light color. I really got to set up some default values for these so it doesn't default to 0. Light distance 400. Yeah, let's go 800 like that, and we're going to have it as. They're all going to be like that, and it's going to be minus 90. Maybe not minus 90, maybe just 90. And we want the roll to be down, probably minus 45, yeah, like that. And then we want the outer cone to be, let's make it small. We want a small outer cone, like that. And we're going to have a brightness of about 20,000 again, and we're gonna make them all. Yep. And let's make it pink so that we can see it. A nice pinky color. Ooh, or purple. Purple's very cyberpunk. And I have no idea if that's turning or making any difference whatsoever. Turn off the light, clear a section, roll, inner core. Turn off level of lights. Outer cone, let's take that to 40. Oh, wait. Yeah, we want a light offset. Yeah, it's behind. That's the problem. It's projecting it there. That's the problem. Projecting it onto the back of the sign. So all we do is we just bring this forwards along. I think that's X. Yeah, forwards along the X-axis, And we're going to bring it down like that. And boom, it's now... let's change the roll a bit. Ooh. And now it's just generating some light onto the floor, so that as you walk through, you suddenly get bathed in hypnotic, vibrant lighting, which we're going to do ever so quickly. And it wouldn't lock in that time. There we go. And boom. So I've already created near enough that scene there. We'll add some lampposts, we'll add some, and it bathes it on me. I mean, we could do lots of things for this. As you can see, we could have some sort of arch going across. We could have columns and pillars going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna duplicate that and turn it off. Delete. Reset this to init. Like that. Bring that one across. What we're going to do, we're going to add a new one. And that's going to be column. Let's see. Column 10. And maybe not that. Maybe a pillar. Ooh, beam metal. Nope. Nope. God damn it. It's always when you want to find something good and you've got no idea what you're looking for. What on earth is that? Does it even have a mesh? I don't think so. Let's. Oh, there it does. Yeah, ooh, that looks kind of nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the endpoint, we're going to move it out over here, and we're going to set the distance between these beasties to be about 700, and boom. Nice procedurally generated bits for players to run around. So as you can imagine, you're walking down here, you know. Actually, let's give it some light. Let's give it some light. So what we're going to turn on the lights, and we're going to put them. We're going to make nice bright. We're just gonna have some spotlights, light distance 700. Yeah, like that, and we're just gonna move them across like that. Move them up like that. And we're gonna make the strength. Let's say 5,000. Yeah, that's good. So there's some random lights in the middle. I mean, we could add a mesh to show what they're coming from, but as we go along, boom, like that, and you're running along, and suddenly somebody jumps out from behind a pillar and starts shooting you, and you're in some sort of pew 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 gunfight. But yeah, that's basically what we've been working on for the level design. We are looking for a level designer. Would be nice so that I don't have to do this. All of this just so that I can very easily make an outline so that for the tutorial level, because this is the tutorial level, the players are not actually going to run around this bit, they're just going to go into this building. And all of this just to try and make the outer area look pretty. Anyway, join us next time. And yeah.